Hey, we're talking all about the iPhone 17 this time. We love technology. We love using our phones in our jobs, in our cinematography careers, producing movies, you name it. iPhone 17, let's get into it. All right, so awe-dropping event coming up from Apple. They use the word awe-dropping.
Of course, that's the brilliant marketing of Apple.
Yeah, so it's that time, September, when the new iPhones are released. And both of us use iPhones, like many people.
Yeah, I am not an Apple guy. I don't do any Apple computers or for editing. I subscribe to Apple TV, but I don't have any Apple.
Right.
The only Apple product I've got is the iPhone.
All right.
So and I'm on a 16 Pro Max.
Yes.
And I love it.
Yes. I'm on a Pro Max as well. iPhone 17, it's all about that. A couple other things, Apple Watch, new earbuds, and maybe something new on the tags. But I wanted to talk about the iPhone because this term iPhone Air, 17 Air, was new to me. I didn't know anything about an Air version of the phone.
What does that really mean? As I know about the iPad Air, but what made it Air?
Yeah, so what they're saying is this isn't a Pro model, but the Air is going to be very thin, 5.5 millimeters, something like that. Something, because one of my caveats with this phone is, well, it's heavy, even though it's a lot lighter than they used to be, but it's still thick. Yeah. Right? I don't know the width of the Pros are going to be, but the iPhone, the 17 Air is going to be ultra thin all the way around, aluminum metal case, single camera, price points. It's going to replace your standard. Well, you're going to have an iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max. That's the lineup.
Oh, so they're adding the Air model to the lineup.
Yes. And what that means for a customer, that means they're going to be pretty confused in one regard because 17 and 17 Air, I think we all want something thin and light. So I'm not quite sure of their marketing for all of these different models.
Yeah, the big thing are you one of the people that gets an iPhone every year? When they do the upgrade, do you do the upgrade every year?
I have been a loyal upgrader every year except for this past year.
Okay.
I did not see any benefit to, it's in that middle where they just upgraded a little bit, and there wasn't enough there. Nothing for the camera for me to upgrade this past year.
See, the thing about it was I'm not particularly a curmudgeon. I like technology. But I resisted the smartphones at first over like 14 years ago. And the thing that U-turned me singularly was my now ex-girlfriend. She had an iPhone 4 and the maps. Using the maps to get places, replacing GPS on the phone was like, I can't live with that. Like, we were at a restaurant and thought about going to a movie. She could pull it out, pull up a browser and get showtimes anywhere. And it was suddenly like, yeah, I can't resist this anymore. Like, this is the future, and I'm going to sign up. So I got an iPhone 4. I didn't upgrade till the iPhone.
Wait a minute. Looky here. Looky here. What a surprise.
Which version?
There's the pink. I can't remember. Look at the blue.
Oh, man.
They had some great colors. Also, one thing, since we're on that, they're talking about bringing in orange. One of the new colors.
That's a new color that they've never done.
Yes, we have not seen an orange. I go for, I don't know about you, what do you like, white, black, gray?
I went with the titanium.
Titanium. Yeah, so look for the orange one. That could be hot.
Yeah.
They got gold back, I think, as well.
Oh, but the greatest thing for me, though, is like, I'll splurge on the iPhone, but I won't splurge on the accessories at a store because it's like, when I did mine at a Verizon store, I went right down the street to Five Below. Best place to get your cases, your screen covers, everything. $5, $5.55, whatever. It's like I got all a bunch of extra cables, $5 each, and they're decent. The thing is, they're all good quality. That's the other thing about it. Is like I really like the quality of the stuff Five Below has for your iPhone accessories.
Yeah.
Like that is the iPhone accessory store is Five Below.
Yeah. Well, I don't disagree. When you, especially if you, the case is, I don't want to spend $60 on a case.
No.
$5 sounds great. I might buy two.
Yeah, I just upgraded my screen protector, and it's got that reflective material so people can't eyeball it unless they're straight on.
We both like the Pro model, since we're in the video business.
Yep.
So the rumor is iPhone 17 Pro is going to have a 48 megapixel rear camera. They're all going to have a 24 megapixel front camera. But this is the thing that I like to, I don't know about you, but when on my current iPhone Pro Max, I like to try to do a zoom. And if you notice, you can see the shift when it goes from one lens to the other. Right? It's very annoying. And then it like grabs focus. So on the 17 Pro Max, they're talking about an 8x optical zoom. That is not verified, but man, I'm going to love that. A real zoom.
Now, do you use any special apps or just use the Apple app for when you do photo and video?
I've gone back to just the basic. I used to subscribe to Filmic Pro.
Yeah. That was really popular for a while.
Yeah, it was. I didn't pay for it last time, so I'm out on that one. But you use...
So the thing is I've got Blackmagic, who I use all Blackmagic cameras for my, for my art film stuff, for my professional video stuff. I'm all Blackmagic. Blackmagic has a free app.
Yeah.
And it has the same exact operating system, but you get so much more control over the lens frame. Because there's one thing that's a little strange about the iPhone's built-in stuff. The frame rate is inconsistent. Instead of being 24 frames per second, it's like 22.98.
It's some weird shit.
24.13. It's like really weird, whereas this locks it in.
Yeah.
You have total control over your exposure, f-stop, everything.
And the record format, because I hate...
QuickTime MOV.
Yes. I don't like the HEVC.
Yeah, the HEVC, the H.265.
Yeah.
It's highly compressed, very hard to edit. This will give you QuickTime.
Yeah.
You'll fill your hard drive, but... Yeah, I have total control right here. Looking at this, it's like
yeah, it's awesome.
This is just
and you got your audio meters right there. You got a false color chart.
Yep.
Let's see. You got a crosshair. Your time, record time.
So yeah, just look at the options that are there. I mean, you get the raw footage. I don't know how clear that's coming through.
Yeah. When of course now you're going to have to color grade. That's
why
they do it.
That's why you do it.
That's
why you have that control over the color grade. So yeah, doing the Blackmagic app is just utterly fantastic.
So a couple other things. Now, I've never heard of this. Vapor chamber cooling on the iPhone Pro Max on the 17. That's something that I think Samsung or Android has done. Exactly what that means, I can tell you, these phones get hot.
Yeah, they do.
They get hot. So I'm anxious to see how Vapor Max cooling, what that does, and if it can keep my phone cool. Regardless if it's video recording or if it's just having the screen up full brightness, like when you're outside. And, it's like, man, this thing got hot, especially if it's in your pocket.
See, but for me, though, I only do the upgrades. I had the 4, waited until the 7, waited until the 11, and then did the 16 Pro Max.
Yeah, okay. Well, boy, that's a big jump.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the quality and everything about it. And the thing is, I had to wait for my phone service for Verizon to have the right deal. They kept offering, well, you upgrade, we'll give you X off. Like, we'll give you $600
yes.
off. Nope.
Yes.
How about $800 off? Nope. How about a free phone if you upgrade your package? No. How about we just give you the free upgrade? Okay.
Well, I think one thing people were worried about because of the tariffs or whatever it cost, I think it's only going to be $50 more than last year for the iPhone Pro Max. Only $50 upcharge.
Wow.
You're going to get their new A19 chip, which I haven't used yet. That's like I don't know if it's 3 nanometer chip from TMSC. The other thing was that's going to be big for us in our editing world and everything is iOS 26. I don't know exactly what that entails. I know there's been some beta out
I've
there.
seen beta, and they're changing everything about how the contacts work. Your whole contact things for your phone is completely different. And honestly, I found it really difficult to navigate. So I was like, I'm not looking for this.
Well,
I find it really annoying that they make lateral changes just to make changes.
yeah. Well, there's an example. I'll give you one that drove, and some people haven't figured it out yet. So if you're up to date, is it 24 point something? I'm not sure what. The selfie timer on, if you want to do a selfie. So now the current version, if you're all the way modified, you actually can have music now playing while you take your selfie. But one of the problems is they hid the timer. So some people can't figure out where the timer is to get it set to like take a group shot. You know, so the little things like that can be very annoying, especially when you're trying to do something quick.
Yeah.
And then you get...
but the thing is, what I don't like about these upgrades with especially iPhone and Apple is they don't seem to be positive changes. They're just lateral. Like it wasn't like a huge improvement.
Yeah.
They just changed it to change it.
Yeah. Let me see if I got a couple of little things I wanted to add to that.
Yeah, then we got to figure out what a close is on this.
Something else I can't elaborate on is liquid glass in ISO 26, liquid glass. So I'm anxious to see what that means. You do have a 120 hertz screen now that they're going to give you. So I didn't know that it was slower than 120 anyway. So 120 is fine. I'd like to have even faster, like 240, but I guess you can't have everything.
There's only so much a phone can do.
I do want to get over the colors because the base iPhone 17, black, white, steel gray, green, purple, which that was blue, and then the light blue. No mention of the gold anymore. The ultra thin model, light blue, light gold. So they're going to give you gold in the thin, but not in the regular iPhone
ones.
17. Of course, this is all rumor. Now, when you get into the Pro and Pro Max, they must obviously think that orange is going to be hot. So they're only giving it to you orange on
the Pro Max.
The Pro models. Yes. Ugh. Very interesting. They call it bold orange. So, that's pretty much all I got.
So let's figure out how to button it.
Yeah, okay. So
we got to do a button at the end and then come up with an intro for it.
Well, I got an ending here. If I can just find... Okay. So September 9th, the usual, by midnight, you're going to be able to order your iPhone 17. Will they offer all 4 at the same time? There's been rumor that they'll only do the Pro models first, and then a couple weeks later launch the other ones. I don't know, but be ready at midnight. I think this time a lot of people are going to upgrade because I think they're in the same position I'm in. They waited a year because it just wasn't enough fluff. Hopefully the demonstrations will prove that it's all about the camera for me, and I think a lot of people will be significant enough that you're going to want to get that phone and you're going to hear about shortages.
Oh yeah, that's every time they do a launch, there are the zealots like you.
Yeah,
and that's not a negative. Just the zealots that want the latest iPhone and want those new upgrades and just play with them and be on that cutting edge. They're going to be right there at the beginning, and there's always going to be that initial shortage, the lines to get them. But ultimately, it's so worthwhile when our phones are such a connection to everything now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of my banking, or like some of my banks are forcing me to use my phone to do banking.
I don't like that.
I don't like that for security reasons.
Yeah, security reasons.
But I still like going to the branch just because a lot of my business still deals with cash.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to deposit cash. That requires a physical location. And
magically there'll be a little slot in here now. Slide the cash in, out comes digital currency.
There's a metaphorical Your phone is zapping away your cash. You just don't see the physical money anymore.
Well, I look forward to what they got to say on their event. The other thing is, a lot of these are coming from India now. So, will the quality
Will the quality from India be anywhere near as good as China?
Do you remember Bengate? Since you jump models, there was a version they had Bengate, and mine. I actually fell on the side of I was shooting a movie, had the phone in my pocket. I fell off to the side, and I literally bent the whole side of my phone. The frame bent, and later it came out. They called it Bengate, and they had a flaw in the frame of the phone. So
wow.
they replaced it, but let's hope they don't have any other Bengates with the new phones made in India.
We'll see.
All right.